Some injuries, so obviously a different look on defense. Chris Russell did not take the morning skate. Any clarity on that end?
He's right now day to day. He's not going to play today or tomorrow, and then we'll see how he feels after that. So he's going to be out a couple of days here, and we're still on the same form with Clefbaum. We'll give you a better timeline when we get back, but we're talking weeks, not days. Caleb's stick showed up, but his skates didn't, so we're waiting. We might even skate him later today if we can, but if not, he'll be available to us for the next little while.
Okay. Up front, Tobias Reeder. You activated Kajula yesterday. Reeder's currently on IR. Looks like based on the lines today, he's likely to be in. Is that?
Yeah, that's what we're just going to go over the stuff right now, but we're expecting both Reeder and Kajula to play, and that'll help us a lot.
This is a really good team and a big, heavy team as well. And I guess Garrison having a veteran like that, a bigger body with that. Would he be the type? You've lost Clapham, it's a big loss, but at least you've got a veteran that's got some size to deal with the squad.
Well, I think every team goes through this stuff. We're lucky is that we get to replace with two veteran players. I mean, these are NHL players. Weidman and Garrison both are being good players in the NHL, and we get to replace injured players. We're not bringing in kids and exposing them to this. So that's a really good job by management to help us out here looking ahead, because you look at the teams that aren't able to do that and replace from the AHL, and nothing against the AHL, but it's a big step. They've struggled, and we're hopeful that we can continue to keep up the same pace. We're not going to know for a few games to see how these guys handle it, but we're pretty lucky to get veteran players in there right now.
For your time in the Central, how have you seen this Jets team develop, and then even watching the first quarter of the season before you got back in behind the bench?
The biggest change for me is they go the distance. They don't try to win early. They go the distance. They just don't trust their skill. I mean, they got great skill. They got great skill throughout their lineup. They got great transition skill on the back end, but they trust their work. And when you trust your work, you win a lot of games late. You win a lot of games going away. You just wear down the opposition, and that's the biggest change for me, and that's maturity. You get to that stage where once you get in a position where you really trust your work, then you know that tied is a good sign, because you know you're going to end up winning most of those tied games.
They work really hard on their structure, Ken. I mean, how much maintenance is required to, once a team makes that dramatic step, to keep it at that level?
Well, I've talked to people about this, not giving away any secrets, but winning in the NHL is not pregame prep. I mean, nothing against Winnipeg, but man, the meetings, the pregame meetings are kind of getting boring already, to be honest with you, because they're the same stuff and it's the same, very little change. I mean, Winnipeg might be a little bit of a change in their neutral zone than other teams, but everybody's the same. To me, it's how you deal with the next day, and the next day is critical. How much detail can you put? How much can the players absorb? What are you looking at? How smart is your staff to be able to sort out things? The next day is everything in the NHL. If you want to win on a full-time basis, you better be really good on the off days as a staff. And they got a great staff over there that's very mature. They don't mix words when they make decisions on the off day, and they're able to adjust very quickly. And that's the NHL. How quick can you adjust?